Welcome to Find Happy Way. In life, we all face moments too heavy to bear. When someone is there to support us in those times, there is nothing more precious and grateful. But when we are in pain and no one is by our side, the loneliness can feel even more heartbreaking. That's why the harder life becomes, the more desperately we long for comfort and help. I, too, once said things like, "Stay strong," or "You'll be fine soon," hoping to bring a little strength. But as time went by, I realized something. Those words can sometimes cut deeper than silence. And my experiences are never guaranteed to be the right answer for someone else. So, starting today through this 3-part series, I want to reflect together on the dual nature of comfort, why experience is not always the answer, and what true comfort really is. I hope this essay helps us think more deeply about how to bring healing instead of hurt. So, let us begin with the first story. As we live, we often encounter people in pain. Naturally, we want to encourage them, to offer even a small word of comfort. But here's the truth. Even words spoken with the best intentions can sometimes wound more deeply than silence. When pain reaches its depths, no words can bring true comfort. Stay strong. How empty those words can sound. If someone has no strength left even to breathe, how can they possibly stay strong? Things will get better if you endure. But what if things never get better? What if the pain never ends? At the edge of such pain, no words of comfort felt like comfort at all. Sometimes they even sounded like pity, spoken by those who had never tasted such suffering. Of course, in many cases, a small word of comfort can truly warm the heart, but only when the pain has not yet crushed the person completely. The truth is, we cannot live alone. When I fall, I need someone to lift me up. And when others stumble, I must extend my hand to them. But for those overwhelmed by unbearable pain, there may be no strength left even to reach for that hand. That's why we must understand. Even the most sincere words of comfort may not feel like comfort at all. Because sometimes, our well-meant words become fresh wounds. This doesn't mean we should stop offering comfort. Comfort is absolutely needed. But we should not assume our words will always help in every situation. Even if we've faced similar pain, we can never truly know how deep another person's suffering runs, because each person feels pain differently. Just because I survived doesn't mean everyone else can. And just because my story helped some doesn't mean it will help all. So when speaking to someone barely holding on, we must never assume I understand everything and throw out advice too easily. When comforting others, there is something important to remember. Those who are suffering now are often already trying desperately to find a way out of their pain, sometimes more than we ever did. We live in a world where any information is just a click away. To act as if I alone hold some special key and give advice carelessly, that is dangerous arrogance. My experience is only one piece of the puzzle. Meanwhile, the person in pain may be searching tirelessly every day, joining support groups, and gathering every resource in hopes of escaping their suffering. I learned this lesson through my own pride. Long ago, I struggled with severe depression. With medication and the loving care of my family, I eventually recovered. Later, I met someone else battling depression. They turned to me, and I shared my story. Thankfully, they too recovered. That made me believe I had a special ability to comfort people. I thought I could truly understand hearts. So I began giving advice more often, and indeed, many people were helped. This boosted my confidence, and I began speaking to more and more people, as if my answers were always right. It is true, my experience did help many, but that was not the whole story. Then one day, I faced the reality of cancer. At first, I thought lightly, medicine is advanced these days. With surgery and treatment, I'll recover quickly. But reality was nothing like that. The surgery lasted more than 8 hours. The pain I awoke to was beyond imagination. I had never even conceived pain could be that severe. It was so unbearable that I had to depend on morphine constantly. I thought relief would come in a few days. But time passed, and the pain only deepened, breaking me down. I wept as my hopes collapsed. Night after night, I curled up drenched in cold sweat, struggling even to breathe. The hospital could only give more morphine prescriptions. 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, and the pain never subsided. At my 6-month checkup, the doctor's grim face told me there were signs of recurrence. Another surgery was needed. Thankfully, the second surgery was simpler, and the tumor was not malignant. But even after 2 surgeries, sharp stabbing pain returned every day. Whenever it struck, I cried out in agony. The doctor told me, "This is nerve damage. It may never go away." Must I really live with this pain forever? I can only pray with all my heart that it will not be so. How was today's essay? Have you ever had a similar experience? I once believed my words of comfort were always helpful, but through my own suffering, I realized they can also wound. Comfort always begins with good intentions, but no one can guarantee how those words will reach another's heart. That is why comfort calls for great care and reflection. Today, I shared how comfort can hurt, why experience is not always the answer, and the painful reality I faced after surgery. In the next episode, I will share how, even after surgery, the pain did not end, how unexpected side effects of medication brought deep confusion, and how, in the midst of all that, I discovered the true meaning of comfort. On Find Happy Way, I am always cheering for you. See you next time.